And we are live with Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch.
That was agonizing. I want to know if he was stuck.
I hope we
like
were.
That, yeah.
Like Doctor Strange himself would freeze us in time.
Exactly.
It's always good to see you, my friend.
Good link. Thank you, likewise. Lovely to see you too, says in a manly way, patting his upper thigh.
Give my thigh, personal space. Well, no, I was going to say, I mean, I think the internet has already dubbed us. We have like a Brangelina-like moniker. Yeah. There's a Cumberwitz Tumblr out there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so
that's
thank you for dragging me into your insane world.
The craziness of it all. It affects everyone I'm near or touch the knee of.
No, it's all a wonderful thing.
It's passed on.
Congratulations on the film, man.
Thank you.
We have a lot of questions from the fans, some questions from myself. All the questions that you don't like will be questions from the fans. Okay, don't blame me.
Okay,
Can you do that?
All right, yeah, I can live with that, just about.
Let's talk first about this role. I was telling you before, I love the film. Everybody from the time you were cast in it was saying, he's perfect for this. He's going to be a perfect Doctor Strange. Did you take that as a badge of honor, or were you like, wait, why do they think I'm perfect for a narcissist, arrogant?
Yeah, it's exactly. Oh yeah, another clever guy who's a bit of a prick. There is that. There is obviously that. There is a correlation, I guess, between certain characteristics of a certain detective I'm known to have played, or still play. I should add, still playing. But to be honest, it was the differences that really attracted me. Yeah. This is an American born and bred hero for starters, so culturally just a completely different space to occupy. And also somebody who, he's sensorily involved with his world. He has appetites, he has, fast cars, fast relationships. So I don't know, his sort of psychological makeup's very, very different.
Definitely.
Unlike a lot of characters, there's pride before the fall. There's all sorts of pathos with that. But it was the humour. It was the MCU in general. But when they initially talked to me about this character, of course I went to the comics, and those drawings, the original comics, are extraordinary. Yeah. He is ridiculously obnoxious in the first few iterations of him, and I was like, oh, that's a little bit. That's full on. So I was very intrigued to know how Kevin would spin his usual Sorcerer Supreme magic, Kevin Feige, and create a character that really lived and breathed in the 21st century, and goes on as realistic a journey as you can between the space of being a neurosurgeon and a sorcerer. That's kind of what we were trying. It sounds ridiculous every time I say it, but you do have to treat that seriously.
Yeah, and you sell the journey. It is an amazing journey for the character in the film, as you say.
And as an acting thing, that was the real hook here.
You're in New York this week. We were talking when you sat down, culminating this crazy worldwide press tour with hosting Saturday Night Live for the first time, which I'm so excited for. I imagine you are stoked for.
I'm already having sort of less sleep than I normally have thinking about it. But yeah, no.
Are you bringing ideas, or are you letting them kind of like?
I don't know how it works. Of course, I haven't completely sat my hands. I mean, I've been doing a lot of this, but certain things have popped up. There's a little thing called an election, I think, going on.
Is that happening soon?
Near here? Yeah, somewhere. Somewhere, someplace, sometime near you, apparently. So there's that. So
are you very engaged in the political race here?
I've got all the emails. It's all to do with me. So yeah, no, seriously, it's just no. Of course not. It's not my country. It's not my business. But as far as material for SNL, that's obviously been kicking around my head. And but I think the idea is you turn up and you see what they've got, and then you try to bring your own funny and see what happens.
If only this guy were good at impressions and different kind of characters.
They're very sweet. But having said that, it's a whole different ballpark when it's live, and it's a legendary kind of. I was going to say hotbed, but that sounds a bit saucy. But bedrock of American comedy, and the greatest talents in every part of the industry come out of there. And it's hallowed ground to be treading on. I'm very excited for Ireland.
In honor of Doctor Strange, we asked for some strange questions for you. So here we go. Okay, I'm sure you got a bunch of these already, but here we go.
I do not have webbed feet. I'm not a hermaphrodite. Okay.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Strangest place someone's asked for a picture.
Sorry, strangest place. Literally going into a bathroom, like a washroom in a service station. Yeah. Literally, running to the loo because I just kept it going for too long in the car. I was like, this is going to be disastrous, and I literally having to sort of with one hand push back, saying this is going to get really ugly. You have to move away now.
You might want to see a doctor. I don't know how you're going to the bathroom, man.
What do you mean? No,
no, it's okay.
No, it's not scatological. It's just
strangest nickname a friend has for you?
Standing business. Strangest nickname a friend has for me, which will now, that's a dangerous one. Cumby, actually, not strange at all. Oh no, Benedict come on my baps, but that was sorry, we're live. I'm so sorry. Oh dear. But that was
that's more of a command. I feel like that's more.
It is really, isn't it? Yeah, it was an imperative. I don't think it was at the time.
You like the fanfic because
that person, right now. He's someone I used to act with at school, and he's now a racing correspondent for Channel 4.
Amazing.
Yeah, his name is Nick Luck. I've shamed him.
You might as well.
No, it's a badge of honour. That was the most inventive of many names I had at school.
Strangest thing you do now that you're a parent? Strangest adjustment you've made? Strangest thing you've done with your life?
All wonderfully strange, all wonderfully privately strange, but just all, the great thing that it is.
Strangest dance move in your repertoire? What do you call that?
I don't know. The worm hand. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Get me after the SNL, the after party. There'll be some pretty weird shapes on that night, I'm pretty sure.
What would Doctor Strange's dance move be?
It would involve lots of hand stuff, and he'd probably do a bit of this, and then go into a sort of disco circle thing, something like that, and then get the hips going on the same, something like that. I don't know. GIF. That's just a GIF right there. GIF.
He's a human GIF.
I'm a gift.
The accent of this. Remember, I pestered you on the press line about this once.
The member thing of in this very beautiful town, which is obviously his habitat. I was running down Fifth Avenue in the shadow of the Empire State Building. I mean, just feeling properly like a superhero, which was a good thing because there were more paparazzi than there were crew filming me. And so the sort of thing of like, I'm taking off in the cloak of levitation just looked like me kind of going, skip, in a cloak. And it's quite a powerful move to sort of initiate it. So that went... I was throwing a ball in on the line of a soccer match. I was, conducting an orchestra.
Yeah,
I was
it works for every occasion.
Yeah, it's a multifaceted move. So maybe that's the strange move. It's like that on the dance floor.
Well, okay, so talk to me about the choice of the accent. Was there ever a consideration to make him British, or was it a no-brainer to keep him?
Not on my part, no. And I just kind of, I think that was a no-brainer for me anyway. Because... he's New York. He's a New York superhero. Bring him home.
Now, since you're so good at accents and impressions, could we just see what Doctor Strange would sound like in a couple different
voices? If he was Mongolian, yeah.
Well,
okay.
I mean, I've got the one of my favorite lines in the trailer.
Okay.
So what would that sound like, for instance, like, I don't know, a Boston accent or a Russian accent? How would you
I can't do Boston because that's really specific. Russian.
Russian?
I don't believe in fairy tales about chakras or energy. Or power or belief. I spat all over you. I said,
no, it's okay. What about like a Kardashian?
I believe. I don't have them in my head. I haven't consumed enough Kardashian to do them justice.
Okay. Trump?
I don't believe in fairy tales. No, I have to brush this up before Saturday. Chakras. Here's energy. Or any of that nonsense. Yeah, that's about it.
Here's a fan question that I also have a question about. If you could cast yourself in a future Star Wars film, who would you play? What would you do?
Well, I mean, like most kids growing up on that franchise, Han Solo, I think that part's already taken.
Yes.
But, in an alternate universe, in a parallel universe, what a great role. And I think maybe because of the great Harrison Ford, it's a great role.
Would you ever show up like Daniel Craig style in a stormtrooper just for the hell of it?
Wow. Yeah. I could do a little bit of that maybe. I'd rather do that than like a pegtastic, whole. Simon Gear was. I've met him when he was doing a little bit of jiggery pokery for the digital department, and I couldn't believe the amount of stuff he had on.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is sort of subsumed by that.
Have you done a full mocap thing yet?
I have done mocap, yeah, but not with a whole kind of body costume like an alien. Yeah. So that was me running around being a bit of a tit, but great fun.
Was the shirtless scene in Doctor Strange your idea? Was that something you were just like,
Hell guys, yeah. I worked out for 7 months, you're going to see the result? No, I thought, it's obligatory. He doesn't lose his vanity, and out of that scragginess when everything's, hit the fan, he really does lose all care, and he's looking completely lost and a bit wild. And I thought, as his confidence comes back, it's really important to see him being a bit in the mirror and getting to that point where that happens. And I had this whole idea that it was, maybe when he was shaving, he was and because his hand was shaking, he couldn't finish it off quite. So that's partly why we get the, very famous fan, that whole shape goatee thing. But
Well, I was going to say, I mean, you're...
Shirt off. Most men shave with their shirt off, and God damn it, I'd done some press ups. So
Can we expect in the next Avengers film, like, all the guys basically have
everyone
like a
shaving.
shirtless, a giant shirtless scene, a shaving scene?
Yeah, I think Iron Man and Doctor Strange should definitely have a shaving scene. I mean, that's got to be on the cards.
I mean, a lot of people have talked about this, how it's so intriguing.
Some of the facial hair is.
Well, it's intriguing, yes, the facial hair, but intriguing to see this character in future incarnations up against these other characters.
Yeah.
And in particular, Tony Stark has been mentioned because they have some similar traits.
Yeah, they're pretty acerbic, kind of confident and funny guys. But
do you know the dynamic yet? I don't expect you to say, but like, do you know sort of where you fit in?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
That wasn't Kevin Feige off camera, by the way, saying, "Get out, don't talk." If I knew more, I wouldn't say, of course, because what would be the point? It would just ruin it. But hell, I mean, of course, I don't pick favourites, but it would be wonderful to see those guys together. It would be wonderful to. I mean, there's so many characters that I'd like to see Strange with, and he's the sorcerer. Not Sorcerer Supreme yet, but he becomes something that is incredibly important to guarding their reality, and they don't even know it. There's stuff going on in other dimensions, this whole new kind of faction that's attacking the sanctuary and the safety of what they're trying to provide. So even in that domestic squabble of civil war, that to him is, not to belittle it, but I imagine that he's sort of above sides because he's doing something
there's
that's
some bigger
kind of,
stuff to deal with, guys.
Well, yeah, just holding stuff back that they're not even aware of. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays in. But of course, the greatest thing about these massively busy frames you see in the Avengers movies is you get these fantastic scenes between characters who are so at odds with one another.
Right.
So, yeah, whether it's Thor or Iron Man or Ant-Man, I mean, it'd be great.
Do you think he'd make a good leader of the Avengers? People have said that he could eventually, potentially lead the Avengers. Would Strange be a good leader? Is he ready to be that leader?
That's... I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, certainly not at the end of our film. He's just that's an origin story, and he's earned the cloak of levitation. He's earned that moment at the end where he goes, right, this is it. I'm aligning myself to the greater good, and I turn my back on my selfish ways, and I am committing to this cause, this fight. And beyond that, I don't know. Kevin Feige, I'm sure knows. I'm sure he knows about everything until 2030. The man he is a genius.
Who would win in a fight, Strange or Loki?
Oh, come on.
What?
Why could I not? I could just dance. I wouldn't even have to meet Strange.
Does Tom know this?
He's got it coming to him. No, I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm impossible to play top trumps with in that regard because it's true. I don't know quite how what they have to offer comes into play. But I would say again, it's about him being on the periphery, even of what Loki is the master of with disguise and mischief and everything that he gets up to with his magic as well as his strength, his power. Strange is kind of doing things. He's humanly vulnerable. I mean, if Loki got round to, in the blink of an eye, being there when he wasn't expecting it and stabbing him, it would hurt. He's a human being. But if Strange is on his game and a step ahead, then it's pretty hard to catch him.
Well, does it boggle your mind that your friend, who we always joke about, Tom, that you guys are at this place in your careers where you're both part of this universe, you're both...
We're being asked who would win in fights. And
exactly.
Going, that's my friend I'm talking about. Well, no, and also, again, it's not my... Ultimately, the fanboy in charge of this is Kevin Feige, so please write your letters on a postcard to Marvel, and I'm sure he'll get back to you. But seriously, it's one of the joys of the film is to see who trumps who and how that gets mixed up, how the most vulnerable become the most strong. It's part of the tale, I guess. So I know it's a flip question, I know it's supposed to be fun, but I don't have an honest answer for it as well. Apart from me, I would definitely Doctor Strange.
Today's Halloween. Is Halloween a big holiday for you? I mean, it's not generally. It's bigger here in the States.
Right. Clearly not, because we're both in a studio talking about it. I mean, I should be somewhere,
What are you dressed as? You're dressed as promotional
wizards.
Yeah.
Promotional band. What a weak superhero that would be. He can talk.
The least popular one at Target to buy. No one buys that one.
Not the action figures aren't flying off the shelf. But I'd say, absolutely. It's becoming bigger and bigger every year in the UK, and where I live in London, it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
It's a really good area for kids to go trick-or-treating. And, looking forward to maybe doing some of that.
I have some gifts on the way out if you want some potential costumes for you.
Brilliant.
Do you want an Indiana Jones fedora? Do you want...
I mean, anything that fits. I doubt that will fit, but I'll give it a go. Let's try it.
Let's see.
If it's headways,
if you liked Han Solo, you must love
this
Indiana
might
Jones.
be horrific because it won't fit. Will it fit? It might fit.
I think it fits.
You think it fits? Fits? fits.
Do you feel like Indiana Jones right now?
No, I feel like I'm wearing a fedora that's slightly too small for me. I feel like I'm having a kind of, natural facelift.
Trying to
My
get you a
eyebrows
future.
are escaping onto my scalp.
I figure you need another franchise because you don't have enough. Woo.
There we go.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Doctor Strange opens this Friday, November 4th. Everybody go see it. Check it out in 3D, by the way. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
What Scott Derrickson, the director, has done with this one. And I'm thrilled that you're a part of this universe because it means we just have 10 more excuses to talk.
No, this is true. This is true.
Next time we'll do the slumber party, Hiddleston style.
Yeah. Hello, fights all round.
Good to see you,
Thanks,
man.
guys. Lovely to see you too, Josh. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.